So I'm Cheryl and I'm a product marketer at Zoho Cliq. So good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are having a great day. So if there's any problem with my audio or my video, please do let me know in the chat and anytime you want. Also, yeah, in this session, we'll be looking at how to choose a business communication software. So now you know the difference between a business communication software and a consumer chat software. So let's just go ahead and find out how to choose the right one for your business. The first thing that I want to tell you is there's a lot of business communication softwares available in the market. So to pick one for your business, the right one especially, is quite difficult. So I have a few points listed out for you. We'll be discussing that. And by the end of that, I think you will be able to figure out how to pick the right software for your business. So let's just get to it. The first one is you should pick a communication software that works for your organization, which is very, very important. So talk to your team managers, all your teammates, and get to know what kind of tools they use, how they collaborate, how they communicate, and more of that to have an understanding of what kind of software, what kind of tools they're looking for. So make a list of all the requirements that you have in your organization. Once you're done with that, you should also go and take a look at all the challenges that you face while communicating. So make a list of all the challenges and your requirements, and then go ahead and do your own research. Find out the apps that have all the features that you need, and they'll help you tackle the challenges that you face. And make a list of all the apps. Once you're done with the list, the next thing that you should be looking at is the security and privacy aspect of the app itself. Security and privacy are very, very important, considering that your company data is involved in a business communication software. So the first thing to make sure is you should find if the communication software that you're looking at is compliant with the security and privacy guidelines in your region, especially. Let's say for European Union, we need GDPR compliance. So please make sure that any communication software you're opting for complies with the guidelines in your region. And the next thing is encryption. Data encryption is very important because only when your data is encrypted, it is safe. So make sure that your communication app comes with data encryption at rest and in transit as well. And the final thing when it comes to communication is there are a lot of security in communication, especially. There are a lot of things involved in security and privacy. So you need to take a detailed look at the entire security and privacy model and do your own research and then finalize it. Okay, I can go ahead with this. The next thing that we are going to look at is a communication software should ideally bring people together. You should communicate with each other no matter where you are. That is the idea of a communication software. So look for a communication software that is very versatile. When I say versatile, it should work really well. Like no matter where you are, whether you're at office, if it works really well when you're at office to communicate with each other, it should work the same way when you're working from home. So a versatile application that is adaptable is required here. The second thing is you need the basic tools that you usually use to communicate. Let's say messaging is very, very common. That is like the most important tool. Apart from that, you need audio calls, you need video calls, and let's say screen sharing as well because you need to collaborate. So look for all these tools, at least the basic tools when you're looking at a communication software. And the next thing is it should replicate your workplace. Why I'm saying that is at your workplace, communication is pretty easy. It's very straightforward. You'll all be sitting together. You'll know what you're up to. You can communicate with the person next to you. You can exchange ideas. That should be the model that the communication software adopts because even if you're working from home, it should replicate whatever you do at workplace. Moving on, let's talk about how easy things should get. We're already dealing with a lot of complexity because communication involves exchange of information. There's a lot of back and forth. You talk, there's information exchanged to you. So let's go ahead and make this very easy. So pick a communication software which has a very, very easy to use interface, because it saves a lot of time and you would be able to locate everything easily. And the next thing is search. Why I am emphasizing on search is because when you have a very, very powerful search in your, in your inside the communication software, you will be able to locate files or conversations from 1 month ago or 2 months ago very, very easily. So powerful search is what is required in a communication software. And the third thing is you should be able to do everything quickly. The reason I'm saying this is, let's say you're chatting with somebody from one window and you need to convey something to them, but you're not able to do that, and you need to call that person immediately. You should be able to call that person right from the same window instead of just going to another tab and initiating a call. You should be able to do everything from the same screen. That's how quick it should be. And the next thing you should look for is the collaborative tools that are available in a communication software. That's because communication is not just about exchanging information. Through exchanging information in an organization, you do that to get things done. That is an end goal. You should achieve it. You should get your work completed on time. That's the reason you communicate. So make sure that it's not just a communication software, it comes with collaborative tools. I'm going to be telling you what kind of collaborative tools that you must look for in a communication software. And the first thing is task and project management apps. Why I'm emphasizing on this again is because task management keeps you on track. In an organization, you have work to do. So you need to manage your work and you need to communicate, collaborate, get it done on time. That's the idea. So when you have a task or project management app inside your communication software itself, let's say when you're sending a message, somebody asks you to get a work done today, you could probably convert that into a task. It becomes really simple. So please do look for a communication software that comes with task or project management embedded with it. And the next thing is a built-in calendar. Calendar is something very, very imperative to any operation, for that matter, any person, any organization. Let's say somebody who's just working in the lower level of the organization to the president or the CEO of the organization. Everybody needs a calendar to coordinate the schedule and collaborate with others. So when there is a built-in calendar along with your communication software, you can convert chats into events, and you can schedule meetings, and you can share the calendar. Others will be able to see your schedule and also collaborate with you simultaneously. So moving forward, I'm you need to look at how you save time. It's very important because time is money. Without time, you cannot get work done, and if you have more time, you get more work done, which increases your productivity. So please do look at tools inside the application, the communication software itself, that help you save time. The first thing that might help you save time is, this definitely helps you save time. Please do look for automation. The reason I'm talking about automation right now is for day-to-day activities or for any monotonous activity, you needn't spend time answering to everything or looking over all the activities. If you automate it once, what happens is it gets done every day. So there's a process involved, and the work also gets done. Your involvement is reduced, you save time, and you become more productive. The next thing that you should look at is virtual assistants. This is maybe quite a big ask when it comes to communication software, because a lot of them do not have this. But it is a huge plus if virtual assistants are available in a communication software. Because let's say a virtual assistant is able to manage your calendar. Look at how valuable that is, because it saves a lot of time for you, right? It'll be able to, create events, create a group with all the members in the events, start chat, and then remind them about the event. Virtual assistants pretty much take care of everything. They're basically your personal assistant, but they are kind of virtual. So please do look at communication softwares that come with a virtual assistant, which is a huge plus for you. Moving on. let's talk about integrations. How important are integrations? Because you're not just going to use communication apps, right? You're going to be using a lot of the other apps for a lot of purposes. Let's say, for example, you have ticket managing software for your support tickets. So you need to look at a communication app that is able to integrate with the other apps you use. It should be able to integrate with your analytics app or your support ticket app or anything for that matter, whatever your organization uses. Make sure that your communication app integrates with your other apps. The next thing is when I talk about integrations, this is very important. There is information exchange between two apps, like from your communication app to the other app. So there's a lot of vital information and data involved. So this should not happen without your consent. Your consent is very important here because without your permission, this shouldn't go through. So make sure that integrations are done only with your consent. And the next thing is you're already paying for your communication software. There's a lot of money involved. So since you're already paying for it, integration should be available free of cost inside your communication software. So make sure there are no extra costs involved in these integrations. The next thing is availability. The reason I'm going to be stressing on this point is because you are not going to be restricted to your laptop or to your web application all the time. You cannot carry your laptop everywhere you go. Maybe you are one of those people who carry, but some people are much more comfortable using their mobile phones, right? So make sure you have a communication app that is available on mobiles. Whether you're using Android or you're using iOS, anything for that matter, it should be available on mobile because even when you're on the go, on the move, you can just communicate whatever you want with your teammates. And there are quite a few additions that you can also look for when you're looking for a communication app, like desktop applications that are supported on Windows or Mac OS or Linux, whichever operating system you use. And also availability on tablets like iPad or any Android tablet or smartwatches. Let's come to that. Very important, right? Because all of us are using, like most of us are using right now. Like every 1 in 10 person is having a smartwatch. It's become the latest boom. So having a communication app that is supported on your Wear OS or your Watch OS will be a huge advantage because you can just do everything from your watch itself. Let's come to the admin perspective because admins take care of a lot of things in a communication software. So there's too much of complexity and everything needs to be simplified for them because a lot of data is also involved. So look at a communication software that comes with a good dashboard. The reason I'm talking about a central dashboard is because with the dashboard, you'll be able to manage everything properly. Like you'll know this is where I should go, this is where this is where I have to control. Everything looks segregated and everything is pretty much clear and organized, which means you'll be able to keep yourself organized. So look for a central admin dashboard where you can manage everything. And the next thing is customizations. Please do not go for a communication app that doesn't let you customize the application according to what your organization needs. I already insisted on how it should satisfy the needs of your organization, and customizations are also very important. From the layout to customizing the departments, permissions, and using your own custom domain or rebranding the entire application using your brand logo. All of this should be possible in a communication software. And the last thing is you should be able to export your data. The reason I'm stressing on exporting data is because this is a business communication software where your company data is involved. A lot of back and forth. You need all this information for auditing purposes in the future. You might require. So please do look for this option because this is required for auditing purposes as well. Come to the last point. Very, very important point. Although it is listed in the last, you might look at all the features. If this is available, that is available. In the end, it all comes down to the cost of the product. So make sure you buy a communication software that gives you more value for the money you pay. value is very important. So the more efficient you feel with the features for the price you pay, the more good it is. The next thing is, if you are a team, very, very small team, let's say you're just 5 members, you're just starting off, or you're less than 10, you could probably opt for a free plan in the beginning. So you can try out all the features. Once you try the features out and get to know if you're comfortable with it, or you like going ahead with it, you could probably try out the free plan and later upgrade to the paid version of it. So please do look for a free plan availability if you're a very small team.